Broadcasting live from Studio A of WDWL TV. It's me, the grumpy old man. And my studios are located on Grumpy Old Man Road. And, as always, we are a division of Grumpy Vulture Productions. Take your bow. All right, look at the camera. There you go. After the stream, you know what to do. Go up to that place right there. Get your $10,000 check. Okay. Day 3 of the Refund Saga. No communications from anyone. And they are open 7 days a week. In the TV, TV team. Yeah. So, I left Sylvia 10 more voicemails. And I sent the whole TV team 5 emails apiece, except for Clyde. I sent him 7, make him feel better. Because I'm sure Clyde's buried back in a corner somewhere, Everybody's wadding up paper balls and throwing them back in his cubicle. So I wanted to make him feel good. So tomorrow morning will be day 4. We'll see what happens. I don't expect much. I really don't. I really am personally thinking that Sylvia, now she's corporate over the whole TV team. Kamar is underneath her, but she rules the roost in that department. I think she probably sat down with the team and said, hey, screw him. We sent him his goddamn TV. He should be fucking happy. Well, no. You still have my money. And, as I reminded both Sylvia and Kamar let the cat out of the bag. He was the one that told me, we will give you the balance of your extended warranty money. I not only had it in a phone call, well, I had to call him, but I also have it backed up in an email. So, if Sylvia attempts to give me any shit, oh, Kamar never said that. Bullshit, Sylvia. I've got proof. I have it in writing. In an email from Kamar. So, you can't go back on that. Because he's, right underneath you. He's number 2 in the department. Be different if, poor Clyde went, hey, we'll give you your money back. Don't tell nobody. No. Your department supervisor emailed me after telling me verbally I was going to get the balance of that money. So, Sylvia, pay up. Because, see, Kamar also told me Sylvia is the one that issues the checks. See, everything in the claim department goes to Kamar. Kamar does the finalization on the claim, and then he gives Sylvia a list of people that should get their claim taken care of. Although Sylvia's probably like, yeah, piss on that list. But I've said before, I guarantee they have not come up against someone like me. Just reading all the complaints on them 3 websites. Most of the people just gave up. They were like, hey, I'm not fighting with this outfit. It ain't worth it. You know, I'll take the loss. No. Especially when you are the only extended warranty company. It's not like I had a choice. Because I'll tell you what, if I had a choice, when I bought the Samsung, I would have gone with company B. Now that they might have been just as bad or worse, but I'd have taken that chance because I know what I'm dealing with Square Trade. And as much as I wanted to protect that Samsung, I feel safe with where it's manufactured and the quality control that I'm not going to have a problem with this TV set for years to come. But see, here's part of the problem. No matter where things are made, 90% of the assembly is robotic. And I guarantee somewhere along the line, somebody in a purchasing department is purchasing some crap shit and getting a kickback and allowing it to get onto the assembly line. Because, you know, you can't test resistors and transistors and capacitors, you know. Yeah, there's a way to give them a test, but you can forcibly burn all this shit out. When I was in electronics, we were showed how to test like a resistor. But if you applied like 1 millivolt over the maximum, you cooked it. So who knows where the components are coming from? I would say, you know, China, India. I've seen components already from Vietnam. You know, South America. It's not like it was back when I was growing up. Like I said, if you had an RCA radio or TV, or as they used to call them, phonograph, you were getting the Rolls Royce of radios, TVs, and phonographs. Not today. You really can't single out one manufacturer and say, oh, their shit's going to last 20 years. No, nothing. Nothing lasts 20 years. I overheard an appliance salesman, and he was talking to a coworker. It wasn't another appliance salesman because you can tell the way they're dressed. And the salesman was telling a guy, hey, this $2,800 refrigerator, freezer, what, Christ, yeah, had an ice maker in it that gave you 47 different types of crushed ice and 12 different sizes of cubes that had a TV screen built into it, you know. $2,800. He said, about 5 years. 5 years. Refrigerators back in the day lasted 30, easy. I remember my grandparents' refrigerator was almost 40 years old. I says, one day I said, hey, Grandpa, when you going to buy a refrigerator? He goes, when it's broke. It ain't broke. Why should I go buy a refrigerator? It ain't broke. Worked like a charm. I couldn't argue with him. But that's unheard of today. Totally unheard of. Hot water tanks. Hot water tank. I'm giving my age. We call them hot water tanks. They're water heaters. Back in the day, you got 15 to 20 year warranty on a water heater. Now, today, 3 to 5, maybe 8, if you pay an outrageous price. I'd buy the cheapest one there. And if I got 5 years out of it, okay, I got my money's worth. And that's the way people are thinking nowadays. Screw it. I talked to a good friend today. I call it junior high. They call it middle school now. I went to middle school with both of them. We all graduated together. They've got the attitude that we get 5 years out of our TV. Okay, we just go buy another one. No big deal. And they're my age. I said, why aren't you thinking like a senior? And his wife said, we're thinking realistically. True. I couldn't argue with her. Today, if you get 5 years out of a TV and it takes a shit, you just cop that attitude that, well, I got 5 years out of it. I didn't pay that much. When I was looking at TV sets, I'm looking at some ridiculous TVs, 110 inch, 200 inch, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Who in their right mind would pay that kind of money for a TV set? Because that $3,000 television is made in the same damn plant in China that a $250 TV is made. But, this has got, ultra quadrific godzillion million pixels. I've come to the realization that when this Samsung goes, I'm just going to buy the cheapest goddamn TV I can find. And if I get 3-4 years out of it, okay. I have to start thinking in today's modern world. People don't look for longevity anymore. They really don't. I talked to several millennials, and I asked them, when you go to buy a TV, a stereo unit, a refrigerator, an appliance, are you looking for longevity? And almost all of them said, longevity? No, we're looking at price. They buy the cheapest shit. If it lasts, it lasts. If it don't, okay, we throw it away. Go buy something else. I hate to change my thinking that way, but I have to, because you're not going to get longevity out of anything today. It's sad. I watch videos of car wrecks. Back in the day, two cars have an accident, you could bang a dent out with a hammer. Now, cars totally destroyed. Oh, crumple zones. Yeah, crumple zones. They fold up like matchsticks. Total losses. Insurance companies are writing more total losses than they're writing repairs. I looked at the industry. I follow it. I was in the insurance industry. Perfect example. Last year, a guy made a wide turn, and he clipped the corner of my buddy's wife's Lexus. She had a ES 350. Knocked the bumper, they call it a cover. Knocked the bumper cover off, dented the fender, destroyed the headlight, and damaged two sensors behind the grill. $5,200. I said, what? Oh, the one sensor was like almost $2,000 by itself. Yeah, now you got to worry of what's behind your grill. You damage them sensors, could total your car. Matter of fact, a friend of mine whose son is an insurance appraiser, he said, if I go to an auto tow yard and all the airbags are detonated, no matter how hard the hit, the car's a total loss. Because, you not only have airbags in the dash, you got them at knee level, you got side curtains, some of them have airbags on this side of the seat. It looks like a big giant balloon exploded inside the car. Yeah, he said, well, yeah, that's the SUV I'm looking for. Well, I don't even have to go near it. Total. Well, he's got to go near it to take pictures. But he said some cars, the frontal hit wasn't that serious, but it was just enough to detonate all the airbags. So they write it off. Total. Now I got off subject. And the reason I got off subject is we're going to get serious here. Grumpy's got a gripe. I came across a YouTube video. And I want everybody to go on YouTube and watch this video. Because you're not going to believe what I'm saying. The YouTube channel is Traffic Cam, C-A-M, Watch. Traffic Cam Watch. And the video I want you to look at, the first word, and it's bracketed, it says fatal. And then after that it says Florida tanker truck burst into flames. Now, the tanker did not burst into flames. This truck, for some unknown reason, the driver could have had a serious, fatal medical emergency or could have passed out for some reason. We don't know. He drifted off the road. He was on I-10 in Santa Rosa County at mile marker 35. And it just happened to be where a state of Florida Highway Commission camera was. It was all captured on camera. You could see the truck drift off the road, buffet a bunch of trees. It split the fuel tank open, and a fire started. Now, this was no giant blaze. I'm referring to my notes. I took notes for a change. This accident happened September 29th of this year. The accident happened at 11:49 a.m. 1 minute after the accident, a blue pickup truck stops, and a woman shouts out and starts to film with her cell phone. Oh. And then a couple other vehicles stop, and they take pictures. No one attempted to go up to the cab of that truck and open the door or break a window to rescue the driver. Now, he could have been taking that forever sleep. 1 minute after the crash, pickup truck stops, woman jumps out, filming the fire. At this point, the fire is very minor, but it's burning the hood of the tractor. Now, this was at 11:49. People are not stopping, even fellow truckers. One car carrier slowed down to take a look. Now, I'm sure he probably got on his CB. More people were filming the fire. From 11:49 to 11:57, no one attempted to get even near the cab of that truck. At 11:57, the cab was totally engulfed in flame. Now, from 11:49 to 11:57, no one attempted to rescue that driver. It could have been futile, like I say, but he could have been unconscious. At 12:01, they must have a volunteer fire department there because 2 pickup trucks loaded with fire extinguishers arrived. It was obvious the guys were like, this ain't going to do it. At 12:02, a pumper finally arrived. And they started to extinguish the fire. But by that time, the cab of the truck had burned to the frame rails. Because a lot of these new sleeper trucks got, composite and fiberglass and, who uses steel anymore? Social media was more important than rescuing the driver. And it goes to show how society is today. Back in my day, hordes of people would have stopped and risked their lives to save another fellow human being. I've seen it. I've done it. Not today. It's more important to film it for your social media page. I wonder how that woman feels, the first one to stop. And she was a passenger. I don't know whether there was another female driver or a male driver. No one made any attempt to rescue that poor truck driver. And if he was just unconscious, I'm probably going to get banned. He burned to death in that cab. Because by the time the fire department got there, there was nothing recognizable as a sleeper cab semi. It burned to the frame rails. Pictures and video were more important than human life. Disgusting. This is our world today. This is the world that senior citizens like me have to become accustomed to. Because I'll tell you what, had I been driving on that stretch of freeway, as old as my ass is, I would have run across that freeway and made some sort of attempt to get the guy out of the truck. I have a neat little tool. I got it for some insurance quote. I didn't want the insurance, I wanted the tool. And it's got a glass breaker It looks like a little hammer. One side's got a glass breaker. The other side has a seatbelt cutter. Dual purpose. I keep it in the door pocket. Matter of fact, I found online where I could buy another. I just ordered another one for my RAV4. I would have grabbed that tool and run across that freeway if I couldn't get the door open, because I guarantee it was probably locked. Break that window, reach in, unlock the door, cut the seatbelt, drag the guy out. You're not going to hurt him anymore. Get him away from that fire. No one bothered. Except to stand there with their cell phones and film the fire. And everyone knew there was a driver in the truck. Sad world we live in today. Where it's more important to be the first one in your neighborhood to post this on Faceplant. Or Clock Tick. Or that website with the alphabetical letter. Or instant graham crackers. Oh, look what I posted today. A guy burning in his truck. Oh. Did I help? No. But boy, my iPhone 16 Pro Max got some good close-ups. Yep. Go watch it. I'll repeat it. The YouTube channel is Traffic Cam Watch. And the title, the first word bracketed, is fatal. Easy to find. Don't take my word for it. Go watch it. And I hope you're as disgusted as I am. Many people stopped to gawk and take pictures and video. And the sad thing is, fellow truckers who claim, oh, we're brothers on the road. They're brothers on their CV. That's it. Not one semi stopped to help. But one stopped probably to take a picture. And when you get out of the city, you hear the truckers on their CVs chattering back and forth. They're all buddies. Yeah. Oh. Breaker 19. Oh, they chat back and forth. Oh, yeah, they carry on conversations. When I had my big antenna, I could actually receive it. I don't have that antenna here. I actually miss listening to the truckers because I could. Used to be a good pastime. I couldn't really talk much to them, but I could listen to them. They all chatter back and forth on that CB. I think 90% of trucks manufactured today have them built in. I know when my buddy had his rig, it was like having a fuel gauge. Standard equipment. 40-channel CB. Cobra. LTD 29. Top of the line. Or 29 LTD. I can't remember. But the 29 LTD. Top of the line. Best Cobra radio made. I have some old ones. They still work. Can't talk to anybody around here, but they work. Cobra makes the best CB on earth. But did any truckers bother to stop and help their fellow trucker? No. No one bothered to try to get that guy out of his truck. And the sad thing is, the small fire that was underneath the tanker burned itself out. The only thing burning was the cab of the truck. But like I say, by the time the fire department arrived, it was 2 frame rails and a melted engine. That's all it was. Cab was gone. While I was watching it, I prayed that the reason it drifted off the freeway and into that line of trees was the poor trucker closed his eyes for the last time. Because I was thinking that while watching the cab slowly get consumed by fire. That's all I kept thinking. I hope when he drifted off the road, he was gone. Because I would hate to think he was conscious and fighting to get out of the truck. You know, trucks don't have them old crank down windows anymore. Everything's power. And the fire had burned through the battery box. Because that's where it started. Because the batteries hang down by the fuel tank. So he couldn't use, there was no power to put the windows down. And if he was caught by his seatbelt and couldn't get the damn thing off, sad thought. Tune into it. Don't take Grumpy's word for it. Watch it with your own 2 eyes. Watch all the people with their cell phones taking pictures and video. And not one person making an attempt to open the driver's door on the truck. They didn't even get out. Well, they got out. The woman, like I say, 1 minute after the crash, she was out there. Camera. The video was more important. All the cars were stopped on the opposite side. But it would have been very easy for somebody to run over and go, wait a minute. Let me run across the freeway here. Try to get him out of that truck. Nope. No one made an attempt. That's the world we live in today. Being the first one on your block to post those pictures to social media. Look what I saw today. I hope all them people are feeling guilty. But I doubt it. Because if they had a conscience, they would have tried to get the poor guy out of the truck. Even it would have been futile. At least they would have got him out. No. They say by the time the fire department arrived, there was nothing left to identify that as a sleeper cab tractor. Nope. Frame rails and a motor. That was it. The rest was gone. Because fiberglass burns like crazy. And most of these are all fiberglass and composite and aluminum. Well, with a fire that hot, aluminum melts. Not like steel. So the whole track got consumed. And nobody bothered to make an attempt. They were probably all afraid, oh, the tanker. The fire under the tanker had burned itself out. It was all just sprayed diesel fuel that was left in the tank. The grass was wet enough, had enough moisture, it couldn't start a big fire. It burned out. And had he been carrying flammables, there would have been flammable placards on the tanker. And there weren't any flammable or hazardous placards, which means he might have been hauling orange juice because he was in Florida. The tanker could have been filled with orange juice, and everyone's worried, oh, it's going to blow up. Ah! Well, you weren't too worried about it blowing up while you were taking your video. Because had that tanker been filled with flammables, those tankers hold like 8,000 gallons. That would have made a big boom. Huge boom. Would have blown the vehicles off the other side of the highway. But no, it burned itself out. Sad society we live in today. I should have put up a disclaimer. My opinion, that's what it is. One grumpy old asshole's opinion. That's been wound up fighting a claim with Square Trade. And the saga continues. Because Sylvia don't want to write my check. I would guarantee everybody in the TV team is going, Sylvia, write that check. Oh, God. No, I'm going to make him wait. We sent him a TV, but he wasn't happy. He said, I jammed that TV up his ass. Well, you did. I told you I didn't want it. I made the offer to take a smaller TV. No. My extended warranty was for a 58-inch TV. And that's what they were going to give me. Another cheap piece of Chinese crap. So it's for sale. I didn't even open the box. Because I have my nice Samsung crystal display. I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about that TV set. I have never seen a picture like that on a TV set. It amazes me how they do it. I know modern technology. I even watch myself and go, wow, I can reach out and scratch his head. And scratch my own head. That's how live I look. I lay in bed and go, I thought I could smell cigarette smoke. That's how realistic the picture is on this TV set. Fucking real. And this isn't even top of the line. They've got TVs with more advanced, vibrant screens than what I've got. It almost, you heard me, almost, makes me want to go to Walmart and look at them. But, no, you know, I go on them websites, people of Walmart. No. Although I could go to Best Buy, anywhere where they sell TVs. But it's amazing. Now, I thought the picture on my RCA was outstanding. Oh, the Samsung blows it away. The Samsung makes the RCA look like a TV from the 50s. Next time you're at Walmart, go look at the Samsung 50-inch crystal ultra high def smart TV. You'll be blown away. I lay in bed at night and I watch that TV and I think to myself, how did they do it? How did they get that vibrant, realistic picture on a TV set? I see a water scene and I'm looking on the floor to see if water's pouring out of the TV. That's how realistic the picture is on this television set. And I'll tell you what, I'm a tough son of a bitch to impress. But this TV blows me away. It really does. I almost enjoy watching commercials. Oh, I can't believe I said that. Last night, there was that stupid commercial with the guy with the ostrich. You know who I'm talking about. And he was standing on a pier. And the water looked like I could reach out with a cup and scoop some up. That's how realistic this picture is. I know it's double pixels, triple pixels, you know. If there's 1,000 pixels per square inch, this TV's got 2,000 pixels per square inch. And double LED screens. I was trying to read, I was like, oh, it hurts my brain. How they compact all them pixels into a square inch. And then they overlap it so you get like double the pixels. All I know is the TV impresses the shit out of me. It really does. I'm going to call Samsung customer service and say, wow, what a TV set. Except you got a shitty remote. Oh, that's the only drawback to this wonderful TV set. It's got the most asinine remote on earth. I'll bring it into the studio tomorrow to show you how stupid this thing is. Skinny, thin. And what makes matters worse is it controls everything on my soundbar. Oh. The only thing the remote on my soundbar does is turn it on and off. It's stupid. I have 3 remotes sitting on my nightstand. One remote to turn the soundbar on and off. Then I put that one down. Then I turn the TV on. And I do all my adjusting with that remote. Then I turn on my Roku box. And as long as I'm operating off the Roku box, it controls everything except the volume. That I have to do with the other remote. But once I crank it down, to my listening level at night, I can put that one next to the soundbar remote and just keep the Roku remote so that when a commercial comes on, I can hit skip. Oh, God. Streaming TV is getting as bad as local broadcast TV with the commercials. Oh, if I see one more commercial for Sherrod Brown, I'm going to lose it. It's getting close to election time. So now they're running them 2 and 3 in a row. Oh, the money he's spending per commercials. Yeah, no sooner skip one, and the one right behind it is Sherrod Brown. And then they skip that one, and the one right behind the second one is Sherrod Brown. Oh, come on. Get back to the program. But at least I only got to listen to like 3 or 4 seconds. And then skip 3 or 4 seconds the second time. Skip 3 or 4 seconds the third time. Skip. But it's just commercials. See, that's why, in a way, I'm happy I don't have like 100,000 subscribers. Because if you monetize your YouTube channel, it has to have commercials. Just watching me puts people in agony. Why should I double their agony and have a commercial on top of it? Unless it would be like a commercial for Tylenol or Aleve, While watching the grumpy old man take to Aleve, and your headache will go away while the grumpy old man gives you a headache. I could work at that. That wouldn't be a bad deal. Use that for a catch line. While the grumpy old man gives you a headache, take 2 Aleve to make your headache go away while he gives you another headache. And then I could have Aleve pay me. It wouldn't work that way. Because commercials are random. I would end up with all Sherrod Brown. Be my luck. Not only have the grumpy old man irritate you, have 2 or 3 Sherrod Brown commercials irritate you. And I apologize to any Sherrod Brown supporters. I don't have anything against him. It's just at campaign time, the commercials drive you crazy. And I'm crazy enough the way it is. At this point, it's not a long drive. It's a short putt to get me crazy. And since I've been giving my dinner menus tonight, courtesy of the Crockpot, is hot Polish sausage in sauerkraut. Yummy. Yeah, hot Polish sausage in sauerkraut. They were on sale. I was going to get kielbasa. And I was like, I've been eating so much kielbasa and sauerkraut, but I like kielbasa and sauerkraut, so don't piss me off. And then I looked over and went, Polish sausage. And they have 2 varieties, regular and hot. And I like hot Polish sausage. So I got a pack. And come home, put them in the crock pot, and added a kind of sauerkraut. And put it on high. So it'll be done when it's time for me to eat. I used to get, at one time, in the corner of, it wasn't 55th and Euclid. Maybe Superior. Either way, it was on East 55th. There was a hot dog cart that had hot Polish boys. Oh my God. I wish I knew where he got them from. I used to make sure if I was going that way to look at cars, I would make sure I didn't stop anywhere else because on the way home, I was going to get me 2 Polish boys, and it was a deal. You'd get a Polish boy and a big, huge container of French fries for like $2, $2.50. Because how he had a deep fryer in that hot dog cart, I don't know. But he always had fresh, hot French fries. And you got a big, huge container. And it was a riot. Because 90% of the time I had to make a U-turn to come back to him. So, as I drive by, I'd blow the horn and wave. And I'd stop so many times he knew who I was. He'd have them ready. I'd make my U-turn. I'd pull up. I'd give him $5. He had them ready to go. Here we go. All right, thank you. Off I went. And it was real tempting not to eat them on the way home. But best Polish boys I ever had. Now, I never tried this brand, so we'll see how good they are. I'll let you know tomorrow. But, yeah, hot Polish sausage. I haven't had a hot Polish sausage in easily 15 years. Honest. See, the hot dog carts around here, they don't carry them. As a matter of fact, the other day, when I was driving out to the pharmacy to get my medication, I saw a burrito cart. I was like, oh my God, I gotta stop. And then on the way back, I forgot. I got sidetracked, drove right past it. By the time I realized it, like, I'm not going to make a U-turn. But yeah, matter of fact, the cart looked like a giant burrito. It really did. I was like, where did the guy get that cart? So I'm going to make it next time I go that way, I'm going to stop and see what his menu is. See if he's got, tacos, enchiladas, sample it all. But yeah, a burrito cart. And 2 blocks down from him is a guy that's got a hot dog cart that looks like a hot dog in a bun. What they're, back in my day, hot dog carts were those, aluminum, stainless steel things, Not today. Oh, geez. Drive down the street. Look at that, a giant burrito and then a giant hot dog. I was like, oh, man. So I got 2 of them to stop at. But I want to stop at the burrito one. I guarantee he's probably got, enchiladas and tacos. I'm not up on my Spanish food, though. He could have something that I've never heard of. And I'll try anything once. Except when it comes to, like, Chinese and Japanese. The one time I was in, it was a Korean restaurant. Oh, it makes me cringe just thinking about it. A guy come out with a bucket. It was a fancy bucket, but it was literally a bucket. And he reached in, and it was a little octopus. And he cut the legs off and put them on a plate with a, I don't know, soy sauce or something. I'm like, oh, Jesus, they're still moving. And the people were eating them. Oh, ah. I was like, oh, gee, don't order a second round. Yeah, took a live octopus out of the bucket, cut the legs off, put them on a plate, and served them with dipping sauce. And the people devoured them like they were candy. I was like, oh, Jesus, ah. Don't give me anything live to eat. No. I can't even order fish if the head is on it. I'll never forget the one day I ordered trout. Now I know when you get trout, you get the whole fish. The waiter put the plate in front of me and said, oh, please, take that back and have the chef cut the head off it. I don't want something looking at me while I'm eating it. He kind of looked at me like, really? Yeah, really? Well, this is how we serve trout. Well, then decapitate mine and bring it back. I was like, oh, jeez. Puts a plate in front of me, a fish is laying there looking back up at me with that sad eye like, please don't eat me, even though it was cooked. I don't want nothing that looks at me or is still moving. It better be dead when you bring it to my table. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe that. Took an octopus out of a bucket and whacked the legs off and then served them. They were wiggling around on the plate. I was like, oh, Jesus. I didn't want to watch them eat them, but I was like, are they really going to eat them? Oh, they are. Using chopsticks, dipped it in the sauce, and the legs are going. Oh, jeez. I know that's their custom, but did you have to do it at the table? Couldn't you have brought them out underneath, put a cover over it? No. Right in front of the people. And they were enjoying it. They went, ah. First, I couldn't believe it. I looked over, I went, is that thing alive? I see all the legs going. Then he laid it down on the cutting board. Thwack! Holy shit! And then they were still moving on the plate. Oh, wow! Not for me. Same thing. When I get sushi. I love sushi. Oh, I love sushi. They have a sushi stand in the gigantic eaglet up the street from me. Guy makes excellent sushi. But I tell him, cooked. I don't want no raw stuff in there. Okay. Then he makes me up what I want, cooked. I didn't think I would like seaweed. Tastes good to me. Hey, rolls it all up. And it's amazing how each slice. Now, I know they train for years to make sushi. But he takes that knife and he's... And each one is same size as the one before. I'm like, wow, you're dangerous with a knife. But I know some sushi chefs train for like 15, 20 years before they get their sushi certificate. I watched it on a documentary once. Poor kid started sushi school at age 20. Age 40, he finally got his certificate. I was like, oh, jeez. And some people think, college and medical school is a long drag. Can you see telling to somebody, I'm on my 18th year of sushi college. 18 years? Yeah, 2 more to go. But it shows in the sushi that this guy makes that 20 years of study paid off, because he makes excellent sushi. And like I say, I'm hard to please. I never forget the one day I walked past the stand. Sushi. I'm looking. He says, can I help you? I tell him, I'm just looking. I've never had sushi. Oh, hey. Try it. Okay. I looked at it. You don't look at it, just eat it. What's it? He told me. I said, is it cooked? Hi. And he bowed. Hi. He says, hi, okay. And I went to take a bite. And he goes, no. All at once. It's all at once. Yeah. You don't take little bites of sushi. You take that whole thing, stick it in your mouth. But, it was tasty. I said, I'll take some. What do you do? Now we have this thing. He knows that I get a kick out of it. I come up to the sushi stand, what do you do? And then he makes my sushi. Now, he has it pre-made. I mean, I could just walk up, get a container. I like to watch him make it. Lays out the sheet of seaweed. Because I said to him one day, what's that green stuff? That's seaweed. Seaweed? Seaweed. He said, you like? I don't know. Rolled it all up. Took that knife. I said, hey. He said, what do you look at? I said, all the same size. Okay. I'd like to learn just enough to talk back to him in his own language. That would really fry his ass. He'd be like, just learn enough to order sushi. Walk up, place my order in Japanese. You hold out. No, just know enough to order sushi. I don't speak it. You don't have to worry when you're talking to your people in the back room about me. I won't understand. But yeah, making me hungry. I hope my Polish sausage is tasty. Be this hungry right now, I'd really be disappointed if I ate it and it was like, I wasted my money. But I noticed there were several people that were buying it. Now, I don't know if they were buying it because it was on sale or they were buying it because they liked it. But when I see that many packages and shopping carts in the store, it must be good. So, with that, tomorrow will be day 4 of the Refund Saga. So, tomorrow, I'm going to make a note, bring the remote, so I can show you this stupid-ass remote for this wonderful TV, and to tell you about my Polish sausage. My hot Polish sausage. And with that, let me see if I can sneak in a sign-off without that stupid phishing program pop up. I tried eliminating it, so we'll see what happens. So far, so good. Usually it pops up about now, as soon as I move the clicker. I'm not going to push my luck.